Alright, so I have 10 rounds of 22 TCM. Let's warm up a barrel and I'm shooting a steel target out at 50 yards. Morning everybody, how are you doing? So my name's Bill, and I guess now that the cat's out of the bag on the 22 TCM Midsize, I figured I might as well give you my take on it since I've had one for quite some time now. I was originally one of the first few people in the world to actually own one of these. There were originally, from what I understand, about 7 of these made. As you all know from hanging out on Facebook, John has one, I have one, my father has one, Martin has one. From what I understand, the president of the Philippines has one. I don't know who owns the rest. But I saw a great video from Sean from SHOT Show 2013, kind of going over some of the features, and I'd like to sort of do the same thing and also give you my take on it, because I've personally put at least like 1,300 rounds through this particular gun right here, and I've also let about 25 to 30 spectators, just random people I run into at the range, probably put another couple hundred through it too. And every single time somebody shoots it, they want to know how they can get one, what it costs, you know, what it is. Because if you ever shot a TCM, I mean, it's nuts. The fireball that comes out of it, the sound that comes out of it. It's got a huge bark. It's also got a pretty darn good bite too when it comes to hitting targets. However, it's so gentle on recoil that it's mind-blowing. So first and foremost, I just wanted to show you some size differences. Obviously, it is a mid-size, so it's that commander length. I grabbed one of my government length and officer size 3.5, 4.25, and 5-inch models, just to show you a difference in scale. And the easiest way to kind of show you that, obviously the officer length also has a shorter grip, so this is going to have the same size grip as your traditional government length. But what I wanted to show you was, if you just kind of look at the sight picture, if I put the back sights up together on these 3 guns, that you can see that essentially the sights kind of front to back, all the way down the line. So you're going to get your longer sight picture with your government, a little bit shorter with your commander size, and a little bit shorter with your officer. This is my 45 that I carry every day. It's a great weapon, fantastic gun, super durable. This is the gun that I probably shoot the most, my 9mm. I've got one of these in 45 also, and 22 actually, and 38. But this is a gun that sees probably the most action shooting like IDPA and range time, and because 9mm is such a cheap thing for me to load and shoot, this is a truly awesome gun. But I want to get to the centerpiece. So this is the mid-size TCM Commander VZ grip, and I figured I'll just walk you around the gun, kind of give you my take on it. And you've seen me shoot this gun at far distances. I'd like to post some pictures up or some video up of close distances, because its accuracy is just unbelievable. You know, in my videos I've been shooting through a camera. If I actually could get a cameraman to go out in the snow with me and shoot, I could show you what this thing is really capable of. But first and foremost, you know, one of the cool things about it is the 2011 style. So it's going to have that 17 rounds in that para-style frame, you know. And I also noticed in Sean's video that the full-size variant has a magwell with a extra, like base pad to it that gives you multiple extra rounds or whatever, which I think is awesome too. The gun's build quality is just absolutely fantastic. It has the VZ grips. It has what appears to be machine checkering, but it's very, very good machine checkering. It feels really good in your hands. You can get a really good grip on the gun, and it points really well. This is my first wide body frame 1911. I traditionally go with the single stacks, which is why I'm excited that they're making this in a single stack. However, as far as concealability goes and everything like that with this gun, I honestly thought it was going to be a nightmare, but it's really no big deal. In fact, I even have like an old, like my normal carry gun, I carry in a crossbreed holster inside the waistband. I also have a couple of these like knockoff ones I've bought on eBay and stuff like that. And this is one that actually was for a Glock 19 originally. And since I love Kydex so much, I just heated it up and made it work for this gun. But, you know, there are going to be holsters that will work for this particular style of weapon. There's other manufacturers that make weapons like this that have this railed design in the front and everything. So you're not going to be left in the dark. So back to the gun. Machine checkering, VZ grips. It's even got the, you know, the nice checkered memory bump on here. Skeletonized hammer. It comes with a skeletonized trigger from the factory. It looks like this. It's the nice wide body 2D trigger, I believe they call it. It's a very nice trigger. Works really well. I like my triggers really, really light for this particular caliber. Probably lighter than I would recommend for most shooters, but in order to do that, I had to go to either a polymer trigger, which you'll see in every single one of my guns, actually. These are STI. This is an aluminum aftermarket trigger. Haven't decided if I'm going to make it black or not yet, but it kind of matches my fancy roll mark on here. You can see that this one's the black trigger, and it's got the same roll mark. I just blued it. But it's also got this really cool like half rail thing. I really like this half rail design where it's still got the two Picatinny cutouts on it, but it's actually milled back, and it's, I don't know, it makes it look really cool. I think what else makes it look really good is that it has the wide serrations on the back. It's also got the tri-top slide, which gives it that like elegant high-end feeling. It's got a 3-dot sighting system, which I've actually grown to like. I really did not decide, like right from the bat, I was like, man, I'm gonna blacken in those dots with a Sharpie because I don't do well with 3 dots. I'm better with a traditional rear sight. But to be honest with you, with the way that they've cut this fiber optic out and how bright it actually is, I don't even notice them. They're great. And the sights are awesome. The rear sight is a fantastic sight. It's really nice, easy to adjust. In fact, I haven't had to adjust it on this one, but I've had to adjust it on other ones in the past. This is the TCM caliber. So if you're familiar with the TCM, then you know what that's all about. If not, then maybe check out some of my other videos. The TCM is an awesome caliber. This does use a bushingless barrel system, so instead of having a barrel bushing like this particular firearm does, this is going to be a bushingless barrel system, so there's no barrel bushing in the front. It pulls itself into lockup using the front of the frame, and its machine quality is fantastic. This has some of the best machining I've ever seen from Rock Island. The one thing about Rock Island is they're an ISO 9001 excuse me, certified company, and what that means, I mean, there's a lot of things that means, but if you're not familiar with that type of terminology, is that means that they're a company that is invested in their own future by taking a look at shortcomings and turning them into successes. So looking at certain specific opportunities, reinvesting into their, you know, for in this case probably their machining and quality control and things like that to make them things that are super strong. So this has the ramp barrel design, as does my commander, or my officer rather. I literally can shoot this 45 just as good as I can shoot the full size. So I'm one of those people that I don't care if it has a bushing barrel, if it has a bushingless barrel, whatever the case may be. Like I said, the build quality on the gun is absolutely fantastic. Mine's actually special. It has a special serial number and stuff like that. Stamped on the side it says M1911 A2-MM, which I assume means micromag. The other thing that this has is it has an ambidextrous safety, which is really nice. It's really important for me, being a lefty, and I'm not a lefty by choice, I'm a lefty by accident. So I'm sort of a new lefty. The other thing that's really cool about this gun, it only needs a 7-pound recoil spring because it's that TCM cartridge. I recently took my wife out shooting. I let her shoot everything I had. I figured 9mm was going to be her baby. And it turns out all she would do is go, "Can I shoot that gun again? Can I shoot that gun again? Do you have more bullets for that gun?" So, yeah, this is the one that she chose. And the reason is its bark to bite to accuracy ratio. I mean, it has so little recoil. It holds 17 rounds. I would never, ever, ever hesitate to carry this gun. I know some of you may be 45 purists, and I honestly, you know, I carry a 45 every single day. But when it comes to the actual damage that this cartridge can do, this is literally as close as I can think of to getting a rifle in your pocket. I mean, and it holds 17 rounds, which is up for debate right now, obviously, with all the crazy government craziness going on. It does break down like a typical bushingless barrel system. I'm going to use my fancy tool here, which was a paper clip that cost me, you know, a penny or whatever. I pull out my guide rod, pull out my barrel. You will see that it's the bushingless system. It's also a ramped cartridge barrel. They do have reloading capabilities for this gun. However, as not a professional, but I'm a very experienced reloader, and I've worked quite a bit with a network of reloaders, and as well as Freddie Craig, the C in TCM. I would not recommend this at all as your first cartridge to go out and reload. The Armscore ammo itself is very, very high quality. I've had my chrono out. I've been doing a ton of data gathering with this. I've shot hundreds of rounds through it, and I have a spreadsheet that I built that gives me a lot of data. And unfortunately, it's been really cold here, excuse me, in Pennsylvania, and it's had high humidity. So we've been like 78% humidity average with about 30 degrees temperature average. So it's been really cold and really humid, which gives you weird results sometimes for shooting through a chrono. But if I look at my data, it's showing that these give me a 1,935 feet per second average, and that's like tons and tons and tons of bullets. So we're looking at over 1,900 feet per second, almost 19 and a half out of a barrel that is that long, you know, and this thing chambers in that far. So that is pretty fantastic if you ask me. One of the other things I noticed about this is the TCM cartridge is ridiculously clean. I mean, this barrel, I just put 400 rounds through this barrel, and it looks like I shot one test round through it just to make sure it works. So I just wanted to kind of show you a little bit into this gun, and just kind of show you how awesome it truly is. I mean, it's fantastically fit. The machining is beautiful. It appears to be, you know, like the breech face was cut with EDM wire or something high-tech like that. I mean, it's just so well done. It's so smooth to shoot. It's one of those things, you gotta have it. Now this gun, like I said, I kind of got it. It was a special sort of a thing, and I was an early adopter of it. Believe me, it wasn't free, and it definitely wasn't free at all because I bought my dad one as a gift too. So I don't know what Rock Island's going to charge for these, and honestly, I really don't think it's going to matter to me very much. I mean, I already have one, but honestly, I think it's going to be worth whatever they want to charge, because they have a very good pricing structure to begin with, and you know, they're always fair with their prices and things like that. But this is, I mean, this is a high-end gun. This thing is awesome, and everyone that I've let shoot this gun has to have one. So I just wanted to show you mine, give you my experiences with it, let you know that it's an accurate, solidly built, zero failure to feed, zero failure to fire. Works awesome with the Armscore factory ammo and my reloads, and which I probably voided my warranty. Sorry, guys. Yeah, just wanted to show you my experiences with it. So when you get one of these, you're going to love it too.